So a couple of years ago, I got called by a man called Paul, and he said he had a blank canvas. And when people say they've got a blank canvas, not many people have a blank canvas like this. As you can see, there was absolutely nothing in his garden. It was a blank canvas. The only thing was, in the corner there was a pile of bricks. We estimated about 20,000 in all. So the property, certain bits were listed, and 200-year-old barn. The bricks actually in the corner of the garden were around 200 years old and were found under the floor of the barn that had been renovated. So we knew this was going to be a special project, and we embarked on the design process for the garden. So the house was being renovated, a new swimming pool was being built at the end of the garden. So we were given the task of designing a garden. One of the things the client wanted was to be able to see through the porch. So when you went to the front door, you could actually see through as soon as you went into the front door of the garden. And he wanted a big focal point, a centerpiece. And they liked the sound of running water and lights in the garden as well. Also, it needed to be low maintenance and easy to walk through to get to the new swimming pool that was being built at the end of the garden. So one of the things they were concerned about was the neighbour who overlooked their house. So they wanted to be able to screen that off as well, and they wanted to interest every corner where they walked. So it was, it was quite a difficult task to design this garden, but also he wanted to add things every year. So he wanted us to design the garden so there was the shell there, but things could be put into it year after year after year. So when we were on site walking through the garden with the clients, we quickly came up with a concept of a main fountain and then the whole garden around that. So we went back to the office and produced just some basic 3D images so we could show the client. When they said yes, this looks good, we did a full 3D render with walkthrough video as well, just so the client could see what the garden was going to look like. So during construction, we could actually drive through the house. I know that sounds a bit strange, but the barns, some of the barns weren't finished, so we could actually drive through the front door and into the garden, so which made it quite easy for us to take big, heavy plant through, trees as well, and produce a garden that looks absolutely spectacular. So we used the bricks that were on site, and we actually bought some new bricks as well, just to mix in with them, so the walls had quite a lot of character in there. We used some concrete coloured porcelain, just so it highlighted the fact that these barns were used for agricultural purposes for the last 200 years, just so it just brings a bit more character into the garden. The planting, which is going to be improved every year, is their personal touch. We put some big trees in there to create some height as well, and along by the neighbour we put some really big peach laurel trees in there as well, just so the privacy is there. So overall this project went extremely well. It looks absolutely fantastic. It's such a pleasure to walk around the garden as well. So here we have our courtyard garden. We spent a lot of time on it last year, and let's have a look at the results. Bearing in mind we finished it about a year ago, so we're just turning up here just to go through it, so just follow me. So as you can see, we've got a centrepiece of water fountain. They do lots of entertaining, so we've got a big patio area, a big pergola here with grapevines that are going to come over the top, a massive table for entertaining. So everywhere you look in the garden, every angle is something different. This garden was designed so we can add stuff. There's going to be a big pizza oven here, barbecue area in this area, another grapevine going over the pergola, all lights, Philips Hue, brilliant lighting. You just have a little fire pit, balls and a large obelisk, so we call that the cock and balls. It's a really nice feature with some grasses, trees, lawn. We come round the resin bound gravel, the old bricks. This is meadow planting, so we've lost the season for the meadow planting at the minute, but we've got some pictures we will show you. It looks fantastic when it's out. It just needs a bit of weeding over there. The swimming pool, the hare, just a couple of features. So as you look around the garden, there's so many different features. We've got Greek pots coming up here, we've got olive trees, so we can just add to it. So the most they've had entertaining in this garden at the moment has been 60, so they do lots of charity work, so I can just imagine when the pizza oven's there, the barbecue, it's going to be packed full of people. We'll come down this side of the garden, another lawn, more meadow planting over here, another hare. And we're going to go through the rose arch. So the roses will come down back to the centre.